There's been nothing but negativity for the New York Jets, to say the least, in 2025. However, they did receive some positive news heading into their Week 6 matchup against the Denver Broncos in London. We'll dive into it, but before we do so, welcome back, everybody, to the Turn Up the Jets YouTube channel. As always, Joe Scarter, your host. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Like the video if you've actually liked it. You could also follow me on other social media platforms, such as on X and on Instagram. Appreciate all the support. Yes, the Jets, it's been nothing but misery. And I think we all know that. I don't need to rant anymore about how bad this football team is and how bad this defense is and how unprepared this team is. And it's just the list goes on. But the Jets have been missing a real big, crucial piece on the defensive side since week 2 in defensive end Jermaine Johnson. We all know Jermaine Johnson suffered a season-ending injury in week 2 of last year with an Achilles, and then suffered another injury in week 2 this year against the Buffalo Bills, injuring his ankle. And he has not practiced since being injured, but today marks the first. And it looks like he is possibly trending in the right direction and even playing on Sunday. He didn't practice yesterday. He was limited today. But according to Rich Cimini of ESPN, it looks good for Sunday for Jermaine Johnson. And this is really what the Jets have been missing. Like, they've been missing a lot on the defensive side. They really can't do anything. They can't turn over the ball. They can't cover. They can't tackle. They can't get to the quarterback. But a thing that Jermaine Johnson can do, certainly, is get to the quarterback. Other than really Will McDonald, the Jets have not been able to pressure the quarterback, and even he hasn't really done a great job considering how good he was last year, especially in the first half with 10.5 sacks overall. Jermaine Johnson is obviously their best pass rusher, and they have had him for what? One game since week 2 of last season? Like, it's been a tough road for the former first-round pick out of Florida State. And this is the best possible news the Jets could get going into week 6. Desperation, 0-5, really have no business of being in this game. 7.5-point underdog against a really good Denver Broncos team who, by the way, just beat the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. But they have not been able to pressure the quarterback. Dak did whatever he wanted last week. They couldn't even sack him. The only sack, he fell down to the ground at the end of the game, and it was meaningless. Like, they need somebody who is a home wrecker in the defensive line, because that's what they've been lacking. And, oh, yeah, by the way, we won't have to see Michael Clemens or Barron. I mean, these guys just stink. McGregor. Like, these guys stink who they've been rolling out since the absence of Jermaine Johnson. So we're hoping to get great news going into Friday that he will play, but the fact that he's trending in the right direction and the fact that he is practicing is just such a big positive. And it's positive for the human of Jermaine Johnson. You got to feel for a guy who is so passionate. He is proud of being a New York Jet. And, you know, if you're a fan, you got to love that, because we're not really even proud being fans at times, right? Because this team just continues to give us a dysfunctional product. But with Jermaine Johnson per se, there's nothing not to like about this dude. And, oh yeah, by the way, he's really, really good. Super athletic, super powerful, is able to dominate tackles, and it looked like he was trending into being a really good edge rusher going into 2024. I mean, this guy was a Pro Bowl alternate in 2023 in just his second season. So the potential is through the roof with this dude. It's just unfortunate that he has not been able to stay on the field. And I think this will help the Jets going forward. I don't think it's going to drastically change, but you can, take what you can get. You already have some guys banged up, losing Quincy Williams. It's been all bad. I think this defense would still be bad even with those guys, simply because they're not prepared. And it just looks like there's a disaster going in the defensive room. And Quentin Williams even came out today. We're 0-5 because our defense. He said that's why they're 0-5, because our defense has not performed the way we wanted it to. And partially he's correct. I mean, this has been one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and it's been shockingly one of the worst defenses in the NFL. And if you can just get a guy, not even just what he brings on the field, but what he brings off the field, the leadership, the calmness, the ability to, just have a voice in that huddle, because a guy like Sherwood was expected to be that leader of the defense. And his performance, by the way, has not been very good. So you need a guy like a Jermaine Johnson to your defense to maybe, just maybe, give you a spark. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I think that's what Jets fans are hoping for. I guess it just gives you one thing of, all right, at least Jermaine Johnson is playing, right? Like, at least we could have something to look forward to watching other than Garrett Wilson, who's absolutely terrific. But other than that, like, this team hasn't given us a lot of good product. Of course, I mean, they're 0-5. So Jermaine Johnson looking like he's trending towards playing. Will there be a snap count? I don't know. It's very possible. Like, I would think it would be if he's only been limited. I also thought he was going to have a snap count week 1, and he played almost the whole game and then got hurt week 2. So I think they'll be much more cautious if he plays. Maybe 20 to 25 snaps, maybe even less, maybe more. Who knows? But I would say the 20-25 sounds like a realistic number for Jermaine. And try to make Bo Nix uncomfortable. This is a really good offense. It's going to show you a lot of crazy looks led by Sean Payton. You have a really good receiver in Courtland Sutton, Dobbins and the rookie Harvey in the backfield. The offensive line is really good. This is a really good team. I mean, it's simple. So you need all the guys you can get, and I will continue to monitor Jermaine Johnson's progress heading into Sunday with their game at London against the Denver Broncos. But anyway, just wanted to jump on there. Appreciate all the support. The preview of this game is definitely coming out. These glasses stink, man. I mean, it's just like they're going down here. I have to stop wearing glasses for videos. I just have to. It's insane. And people probably, if I was watching, I'd probably get annoyed that I've literally been just like holding my glasses. But anyway, I'm going to be releasing the preview of the Broncos-Jets matchup. Most likely, it's going to come out either Friday or Saturday. I really want to wait to see what this injury report looks like. I'm hoping to find out if Jermaine Johnson is playing prior to that. But regardless, it's gonna be out in the next 48 hours or so. But I appreciate everyone watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Like the video if you actually liked it. And you can also follow me on social media platforms such as Instagram and on X. Appreciate it. Goodbye.